I never thought this would be my first video. I never thought I would be talking about this on the internet. I thought I'll one day just disappear and go live in the middle of nowhere and get therapy, and then that's when I'll talk about everything that I'm about to talk about right now. But anyways, it is what it is, you know. And I look crusty as fuck, but I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Okay. To me, I'm beautiful. I literally just woke up. Look at me. I didn't even wash my face. God kill me if I'm lying. Anyways, we're not there. So yeah. But in a way, I've always wanted to tell this story, but I was scared. I've always wanted to say something, but it was a thing of, oh, what about the image of my family? What about how people view us? What about what my haters, you know, whether it be people that hate me in my community that I didn't do shit to them, or my haters from high school, whatever. What are people gonna say? What are people gonna say? People that know me, people that don't know me. I don't care anymore. Let me tell you, I don't care anymore. You know? And disclaimer, this is not to ruin anyone's reputation. This is not to get people on my side, you know, because there's her side of the story, and then there's my side of the story, and then there's the truth. But this is my truth, you know. It might not be the truth, but it's my truth, you know. And she also has the decision to make a video and tell her side of the story, whatever, which I feel like she already has. Not necessarily, or maybe she has on the internet. I don't know. I don't care what the girl does. I don't follow her anywhere. I don't have other socials except YouTube. And we'll get into why in a few. Anyways, again, this is not to bash anybody or to embarrass, whatever. You know, I'm just telling my story. I feel like there's a lot of people that are probably going through what I'm going through, and they just afraid to say something, you know. And after posting this video, you guys might not see me for a long time, and if I disappear for forever, God forbid, 3 knocks on the wood, y'all should know. Y'all already just know something happened to me, okay? And I might even get kicked out or whatever. At this point, I don't care. This is my truth and this is my story, okay? So my name is Kutlwano Blue Diamond Mia. I know that's a very long name. This is my name. Don't mind my ugly fingers. Oh my god, this is my name. This is my name. I was born 2003. I'm 21. Yeah, I'm not gonna say where I live. If you know where I live, yay. Is this place considered the East End, or the East End is where my dad lives? I don't know. But I live in South Africa, Gauteng. Yeah. So I have a sister, right? She's 30, turning 31 this year. I'm turning 22 in December. We have an 8-year gap, right? This is my last video because, oh my god, I've taken like almost 2-hour footage, and something keeps, I'm gonna get this message out. So yeah, I have a sister. Well, now that shit happened the way it happened, my half sister, you know, but to me she's my sister. I never saw her as my half sister, but she's my half sister. We have the same mother, different fathers, okay? This woman hates me. I don't know why, but she hates me. And now I'm realizing she's always hated me, but I was too naive, and I loved her and admired her so much that I couldn't see it. I didn't see it, you know? And at times I'll be like, and then but I'll still be like, nah, she loves me. She loves me. We sisters. We family. So I don't want to get into the story of my life, you know, because with the other footages that I've recorded before this one, I really started from when I was a toddler to no, I'm gonna just get cut to the chase, to the present moment that we are in right now and what's unfolding in my life. And again, I'm not recording this video for any malicious intent or whatever. It's to just protect myself and say my side of the story finally. Okay, 2017, I lived with my mom my entire life until 2017. December 2017, I relocated. I went to live with my dad, and then I came back December 2019. Shorty was not happy that I'm back, but obviously she didn't say it, but I could see it, you know. So yeah, I came back, and which I kind of understand why, like, she was a bit standoffish, that okay, why is she back, you know, why are we letting her back into our lives and whatever. Mind you, the last time I spoke to this person was 2017, and we are now seeing each other 2 years later. Okay, everything is fine, you know, I'm back, whatever. And she had a kid in 2017, October 2017, and then December happens, and then the last time I saw the baby, like, the baby was like a newborn, and that was, you know. And then now I'm coming back, and this kid is like all grown, and I don't only have to rekindle my relationship with my mom and her, my stepdad, her dad, but also her child, you know. And I think, obviously, as an aunt, I love my nephew, still do till this day, even if his mother hates me, you know. I was like, ugh, I did it because I'm an aunt, I love this kid, but at the same time, it was to kind of get back into her good graces, and my mom's also, because trust me, nobody matters except that kid to my mom, you know. And I know how that sounds. Oh my god, she's so jealous, whatever. No, I love that kid. I would die for that kid, you know. Anyways, yeah, so trying to rekindle the relationship in this and that and the third, and I actually, things are fine. They're not as they used to before, which is a story for another day. I'll explain what happened in 2017 for, you know. Okay. Failed 10th grade. We've never had a very close relationship with my sister, ever, you know. And it's those times like that where I wished, oh my god, I wish I had a relationship with this person, to be like, no, it's okay, you failed, but you gonna, you know, go back, do repeat your 10th grade, and this time you're gonna do great, whatever. Maybe these are the subjects that you need to choose now, this, that, and things like that, you know. No, I never even got that from my own mother, so whatever. Um, so we're living in another location, and then we relocated, but it's like in the same area codes. So we relocated to where I am right now. And yeah, everything is fine until this one incident happened where it, very, very dumb incident, Do I wish I had done some things differently that day? Yeah, but I believe everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And that incident was where my eyes were open to who this person actually is and how she sees me and how she feels about me. So we have this thing here at home. It's not a generator, I don't know what they call it, but you charge it, and then when there's no electricity, you can use it to like charge your devices and whatever. Cool. I charge it prior to the day when this incident happened. I know tomorrow um there's not gonna be any electricity, load shedding, whatever. Okay, I charge it for tomorrow. I'm charging it today. Tomorrow there's not gonna be any. Fine. Wake up, Shorty is sitting right there next to that thing, using it, whatever. I'm like, it's not mine. Yeah, it's not mine. It's not mine because now the whole thing was, I'm so entitled. I feel like, eh, all those things that they say about lost bonds, I guess. Okay. I'm like, I charged this thing to use it, and now you're using it, and if you knew that you were gonna use it or you were gonna need electricity or whatever, you should have charged it, and this thing only works for a certain amount of time. And another thing to show that like she just did on purpose, she's sitting on it, and then I'm like, nah, no way. And then I turn it off, and then she's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm busy with my school stuff. And to be quite honest, that was very important. Like, she's doing school stuff. It's not like she was just busy using it for like some other, but okay, like, tell me, communicate properly. Like, communicate like you 30, okay? At that time I think she was 29. Whatever. It's the same thing. Just say, okay, I know you're the one that's charged it, and make up a lie. I don't know. Just say, I did come and I wanted to charge it and it was already charged. So I was like, oh, okay. Something. Or, no, this is really important. Can I, like, I'm not saying she had to beg, but be a decent human being. Like, no, I'm doing schoolwork right now. I really need to use this. So I know that you're the one like, acknowledge what I'm saying. Don't try to gaslight me and try to overpower me. And okay, that happens, and then now she gets mad. Now that I'm looking back to it, I don't know, for some reason it kind of felt like she wanted what transpired to transpire, what happened to happen, for us to like get into it. And okay, so she gets up, and then the moment she gets up, I sit on it. Oh, when I tell you, she put her hands on me. Mind you, I once got arrested, and I was 13. I went to juvie, and yeah, so I have a reputation of being the bad guy in my family, of being the violent one in my family, you know. So automatically I lost. I just, you know, and it's just her and I. And there are no cameras in this house. So it's gonna be her word against mine. You know? Whatever happened in this room that I'm standing in right now happened the way she said it happened. Whatever I say, no, it couldn't have happened like that. You know, because you are the aggressive one. You are the crazy one. You know? She puts her hands on me. She scratches me to a point where I was bleeding, and I'm like, oh, you see, you can put your hands on me, ne? But if I see blood, then you trying to kill me, or, you know? Trust me when I say I didn't try to hit her, or I just pushed her. And I pushed her with all the strength that I had in me, because, mind you, this person is taller than me. I'm sitting down, and you on me while I'm sitting down. You overpowering me, obviously. So my brain just went, push her. And then I pushed her, and then I stood up. And then I had to catch my breath. And then it was a thing. And then it was a thing. It was a thing. She called her mom, you know, oh yeah, your child. And that's actually the reason why I went to live with my dad, is because I got arrested 2017, and then 2019 I came. So, right? So yeah, calls my mom, tells her story. Yeah, this and this happened. Your child put her hands on me. Excuse me. You know, so at that point, or I haven't even said my side of the story, but I already know how things are gonna pan out, and I already know my mom's mindset. You know, and the only person that believed me was my dad, because my dad knows how petty and pathetic my sister is. You know, and that's a story time for another day. Okay, well, she tells her mom, yeah, your child hit me. Mind you, this human being has no scars. No scar to show that I hit her or whatever. I have scars, you know. I take my phone, I take pictures of the scars, obviously, you know, send them to my dad. I also tell my dad, because I'm like, you know what, I'm not even interested to talk to my mom and tell her what happened. She's not gonna believe me. She's not gonna care what I have to say. I tell my dad. But what infuriates me now is that my dad comes. I think he came the following day. The following day, you know? And now that I'm thinking back to it, I feel like my mom called him and told him that your child is now back in her old ways, getting all aggressive, da 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 da. You need to come put your dog on the leash. My dad came the following day. Me, the one with scars, right? The one who got violated over a situation that could have ended in words, just communication. I had to be the one to get taken to see someone, to talk to someone, you know, because, oh my God, Blue is so aggressive. Like, okay. At that time, I was not this expressive, and I was still naive, you know. And if someone came to me and said, oh yeah, you have a problem, I would be in my head, and I would actually believe it and be like, oh my God, I do have a problem. And that's how they make you seem crazy by doing all these little things so that they can tell people lies about you and, you know, make you seem like you crazy or you this rebel. And I went to see a person, you know, and yeah, they took me to counseling and got their sandpapers, whatever. They gave me a paper to say you have to come on these days. Da 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 da. Da. Okay. And this man leaves. Yeah, this man leaves. I don't know if he did have a conversation with my sister or not, but I appreciate for the first time, you know, I don't know, my dad, I felt like my dad saw me and somebody saw me, somebody heard me, you know, and and I don't blame him for also taking me to go see somebody, because I feel like if he was not manipulated into thinking that I'm back into my aggressive ways or whatever, he also probably thought, yeah, maybe my child does have like an anger problem, you know. And I did. Now I don't anymore. Trust me, I don't anymore. And by the end of this video, you will know that I don't. Okay. So I was like, yeah, I've once gotten arrested, and I was arrested because shit got physical, you know. So maybe he did think she does have an anger problem. But it's the fact that he also told me that, no, I know how your sister is, and I believe what you're telling me. I hear your story, you know, because it never changed, because that's what happened. Till today, that happened. I think what happened 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And this is still my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that's what happened. And the only people that believe, well, we'll get to my ex in another story time. But yeah, I feel like those are the only people that actually believed me, was my girlfriend at the time and my dad, you know. After that incident, never spoke to each other till today. Okay, so once lived at my grandmother's place, and unfortunately she passed. But even after her passing, I would still go there, you know, and go see my aunt, my grandmother's last daughter. I'll go see my aunt, whatever. And the people that they're friends, my sister's friends or family friends, people that like they, you know, they know us, we know them, we grew up together, things like that. I'll go that side and they'll tell me, oh yeah, your sister said this and that and the third, this and that and the third, whatever. I'm like, if you hate me so much and we're not in speaking terms anymore, what? Listen, and I understand maybe it's, oh, where's Blue? Oh no, Blue, 1 2 3 1 2. You know, if I'm not cool with you and people ask me about, I don't know where she is, or I don't know. That's my response when I'm not cool with the person and when I don't like a person and they ask me about that person. So for you to go into details about, oh, she is this, she's that, and creating this whole smear campaign for what? Like, what? Over some electric thing that's not mine, not yours. You know what? It kind of feels like there's just this built up animosity inside of her that was just waiting to splurge out, you know? But yeah, so, and mind you, this person hates me. We're not in talking terms, but I'm babysitting her son. Okay? You are out here creating a whole smear campaign about me. And I know her so well, to the point where I know that when she spoke about me, it was probably, she didn't want it to make it seem as if she hates me. It was probably a thing of, oh, like, I care about her so much, but she's just going through shit, and she's mentally unstable, and she's this, she's that, and it just makes me so sad because she's that type of person. She's not gonna be like, oh yeah, no, because now I can't look like the bad guy in the situation. I have to seem like I care, and I'm so sad that we're not talking, and she's the one that doesn't care. Narcissist, manipulator, all the things that you could think of in the book. Trust me. So I was getting into how do you go around saying that, oh, I'm so dangerous, I'm this, I'm that, but you are comfortable to leave me with your offspring when it's just me and him, after you physically assaulted me. You leave me with your child, right? The monster. You comfortable with having your own child around me? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, me putting this video out there, maybe you guys will tell me otherwise. Maybe I am the wrong one in this situation, but no one can convince me at this time. Nobody can. They know how to play victim so bad. It's like, with my mom, it's a whole another different video, obviously. Like, when you confront a person and they're like, oh, I don't know, like, why do you hate me so much? What did I do? Because now you involving a whole 8-year-old in toxicity. My nephew asked me, why are you not talking to my mom? And I was like, what do I say? And it hurt me. That question hurt me, because it's like, how the hell did we get here? Shit is that toxic to a point this kid is realizing, Or maybe she sent him to come ask me. I don't know, to see what I would say or whatever. I looked at that kid and I was like, go ask your mom. Oh, I was like, did you ask your mom? And then he's like, yeah. And I was like, what did your mom say? And then he said something down the lines of, why am I asking? I shouldn't be asking, And then I was like, you need to keep asking her, Because anything I would have said would have gotten twisted. You know what I mean? So, and now, I really didn't think I'd be putting my real life on the internet like this, I swear. But it's getting to a point where now, I'm seeing the changes in my nephew. You know, you can tell when a kid is being manipulated and being fed lies, and you know, because now maybe if I want to like hug him, or maybe I want to tie his shoes for, he's gonna flinch as if I'm abusing him, you know. And excuse me, he went to visit his side of the, I don't know, he went to visit somewhere for the winter holidays, for the school holidays, and he came back, and he came back with like a bruise, like, you know. And I was like, I hope your mother didn't hit you and is gonna lie to the police that I'm the one that did it, because the hate is that bad, the hatred is that deep, you know. I feel like she could, the things that I've heard that she said about me, she she could kill me and bury me somewhere, and act like nothing happened, you know. Okay, so back to the title. What makes her evil? What makes her evil? You haven't really said much, and you keep yapping, whatever. I'm still learning to articulate myself to get to the point without circling, or you know, there's a lot of things that I'm working on, and that's what happens when you focus on yourself and not the outside noise and the slander and the lies, and you know, like who cares? Like who really cares? When you know your truth, when you know who you are, when you know, a man that knows what they want and where they're going doesn't need a crowd to cheer for them, or a crowd to, and I'm getting into a whole different topic. Oh yeah, she doesn't have a social life, that's why I'm easily deemed as arrogant, or all these negative things, mentally unstable, because that's the big one. That's the big, that I'm mentally unstable. A whole me child. I don't, you can call me sick, because people assume that I'm sick, like health wise. Mentally, don't play with me. Don't. Anyways, so there's a lot. There's a lot that's going on, and I keep telling my mom, and obviously she has picked a side, you know, since this whole thing happened, and she's picking her daughter's side, which I'm okay with. I don't need anyone on my side, okay? I'm not a victim, I'm a victor, okay? And me telling this story, it's not a sob story. No, it's not a sob story. It's not a, oh my god, me, oh no, no, you know. I feel like there's a lot of people that are going through what I'm going through, and they just don't want to speak up, because just like me, like I was scared what's gonna happen, but now I'm like, you know what, fuck it, whatever happens after I post this happens. I have nothing to lose. As much as she is out there smearing my name, you know, teaming, wanting a lot of people to hate me for no fucking reason, whatever, to make herself feel better. So this is where the pettiness starts. Oh, it started way back since I was a kid, but this is where it started for me to actually realize that, oh, okay, we don't give a fuck about each other. It's really like that. This girl comes here. Oh, and after the incident, she relocated and told all of her friends that, you know, I'm the one that made her relocate. I made her life miserable living here. This, that, and the third. Girl, you were gonna relocate anyways. I feel like it just so happened that the incident happened right before she was about to relocate, you know? she's definitely gonna say otherwise. That no, I relocated me. Whatever. So she relocated after the whole incident. Okay, now it's just me and my mom and her son. Her son. If I'm that bad of a person, I'm leaving with my son. Okay? If you violated me physically and I see you as this monster that I'm posing you to be to other people, I'm leaving with my son. No. Till today, the son is still here. I still take care of him. We're not there. And out of love, not out of, I'm not getting anything out of it. You know, I don't want to get anything out of it. I'm an aunt. I love being an aunt. I love that kid. And that's just that. Yeah, and I also don't hate my sister. I just find you very pathetic and so immature. And that's just that. And she probably thought I would never, ever speak up or whatever, because if you want to tell lies about me, that means you think I'm just gonna be so scared to not even convince people that, oh no, she's lying, but to say my side of the story, whether they believe it or not. You know, it was more of, oh, no one is going to believe her after the history that she has. No one is going to believe her. Oh, who is she? She doesn't even have anyone in her corner. You know, I don't have a partner. I don't have friends. And I know how that might sound, that, oh yeah, you are the problem. you No, I don't have friends because I don't want friends as of yet. I'm focused on me, you know, doing me, you know. But anyways, so yeah, she comes here to visit, hides the remote. So mind you, this was her TV, and I don't know what happened. She was like, she gave it to my mom, or my mom bought it to her, whatever. Bought it from her and stuff. She has the remote. One thing about me, my intuition, and we all have it, but my intuition, I kind of knew. I already knew, you know, because you know where you left something, you come back and it's not there. It's like, oh, okay. Listen, something led me straight. Something led me straight to where she hid it. And now, guys, this is, here's me now thinking, if I call someone and tell them, it's gonna seem like I'm the one that took it and put it there. And now I'm acting, I'm trying to start trouble. You know, I'm trying to make her seem like something that she's not. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyways. I tell my dad. And my dad is like, wow. And me telling him, I'm like, okay, he's not gonna believe me, but they said the truth always prevails, you know, the truth always. So I was like, because at this point, if you start doing things like these, I don't know what you're planning behind the scenes. I don't know what you could do. I don't, you know. So yeah, my dad believes me, and he's like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. One day I'm gonna make it the fuck out of here. I take the remote and I act like nothing happened. She comes in, and I do this on purpose. I take the remote and I do this to show her that, no, bitch, I found it. And you can tell her heart kind of skipped a beat. Don't play with a spiritual person, okay? And that's another thing about my spirituality, that, oh my god, she's so satanic, and just because I don't believe in the thing. You know, when people don't understand something, they get frustrated. And some just turn that frustration into hatred and anger, and you just end up getting lost in that hatred and those emotions, and you end up doing things that are just so stupid and out of pocket, and when you're just so old. No, 30 is not old, by the way. Oh my god, people are so sensitive in 2025, whatever. But you pushing 40, like, if I feel like when you hate a person, personally, when I hate a person, I don't want to think about them. I don't want to think about them. I don't want to talk about them. They don't exist, in my world, in my planet. They don't exist. Like, no, to her, it's the total opposite. Okay, I matriculated 2022, bachelor. Great. Oops. Yeah, I'm one of those that went to school because if I said I didn't want to go to school, I was gonna get kicked out. I I wanted to do other things. But anyways, I did it. Okay, this is not about me. Well, it is about me, but it's about my evil sister. Matriculated, got my bachelor. Oh yeah, when that happened, when we're still not talking. Didn't get a congratulations or anything. Okay, didn't expect it from her. Anyways, my mom was happy, and I was like, yeah, that's why I did it. That's my right there. That's why I did it. I'm out. I'm gonna go do me now. And I feel like that's where this hatred built up even more, because now I'm rebelling from what they deem to be how can I put it, the normal way of doing things or normal way of living. You finish high school, go to college, get a 9 to 5, this, that, and the third. Oh, I actually what's this? I applied. Wanted to go to University of Free State. I have a family that side. Oh my god, so excited. Fine. My results come back. This close when I catch them. So I was like, you know what? I'm not a school person anyways. So, and this just it shuttered me. I was like, damn, But then my mom was like, oh, no. Even if like they didn't accept you, and I could have went back to school and like upgraded my grades and whatever. I hate school. That's the thing. And I know everybody does. I know everybody does. And this is not about school. So yeah, I was like, and my mom was like, no, just do a course. Just a course. Okay, I was like, oh, okay. And then I applied at should I say the institution? But it was like a private college, and it was online. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, the incident, the now I don't remember the timelines properly, but because I remember my sister taking me to get my books, that the school sent me to use at home, and she actually took me, drove me there and all that stuff. And after getting she got me food, but now I'm looking back and I'm like, it was not a I'm being a sister type of thing. It was that things that you do for me, so I'll just do this to kind of, I don't know, even the scales or whatever. So it can seem like a equal give and take type of ish. Anyways, okay, so I feel like I'm rambling, but bear with me, okay? And then I was not happy. I was just not happy. I didn't want to do it. I was doing it for somebody else, you know? And I didn't like the course that I was doing. I'm like, no, like, no, you know? And I still could have done it even if I was not gonna use like the degree or whatever, but no. And my mom is like, oh, you can do both. You can still, do art while. I'm like, listen, tomorrow is not promised to anyone. This is my life. I'm old. I'm over age now. And, uh, you know, so now it's not about my sister anymore. But, anyways, I'm getting there. So, yeah, I just quit. I quit and I did the things that I love. I did the things that I love, and according to them, it didn't work out. It's not working out, but it's like it's not gonna happen overnight, And there is a time where I got so depressed, and I was like, you know what? It's not working out. Now I kind of did regret dropping out and all that. But I was like, nah, man, you're gonna be fine. You get your shit together and you're gonna be fine, Still doing art, trying to pursue music, trying to better my craft, trying to decide what type of art do I want to go into, like, is it fashion? Is it music? Is it poetry? Is it just art, Is it dancing? And now I feel like she wanted to do modeling, and she still can. Like, I feel like age is just a number, if you want to do something, just do it. So I feel like she had this hatred of, oh yes, I went to college and I graduated. Great for her, great for her. She's doing good, well, financially. In some other aspects, I don't think so, because if you are doing the things that you're doing, something is not right somewhere. But yeah, so I feel like she kind of felt like, why is she being allowed to chase her dreams? And no, you did too. You did too, and they didn't work. Shit didn't pan out the way you thought it would. But you got your degree, you got your job. I don't know if she's working at the job that she studied. Hey, it's South Africa, okay? So now it became a thing of, oh, she's not gonna be anything. She's just doing all these silly things, wasting her time. She's a dropout. All that BS. Okay, fine. And then my mom sits down with me and is like, look, yeah, you love art and this and that and the third, but money. This thing of yours is, it's not making you money. So, in money, So I'm like, yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, there is a time where I got like a bit comfortable. So I was like, you know what? For me to not find comfort in discomfort, in find comfort in discomfort anymore, let me go out there and, I packed my things. I left this house, okay? Because I wanted to go be independent and get a job, just a job to make money, not really like, oh, I wanna, no. I mean, I don't even have a degree to get a job that's like just a job to give me money so I can invest that money into my art. Well, things didn't go well where I relocated. So I had to come back. But I learned a whole lot of things, being where I was fooled me to be like, okay, like you can still do your art, but you need, to make money. I've literally lost the plot of the title of this video. But as I said, bear with me. Those who have to see this video are gonna listen to this video till the end. So I came back. And I was busy. That side. This that. Oh. So I meet my sister's friend or ex-friend or family friend, but I also consider her as a sister because I grew up in front of her. She was my sister's friend, she knew me from I was a baby till now. She's like, oh my god, hi. I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I've relocated this side, I'm trying to get my shit together. Why is this girl asking me, are you okay with your mom? And I'm like, yeah, me and my mom are fine. She knows that I'm here, and so it clicks that, oh, okay, the girl is still like doing a smear campaign and telling people how I'm such a brat, this, that, and the third, whatever. Firstly, it's not my fault that your mother saw you as her hope and not her diamond, okay? And I don't even think that means anything, but I feel like it's not my fault that my mother was 29 and was like, yeah, I want a second child. I want a child. I'm planning to have a child, and had me, and you just came about and you never got affection as a child, and my mom was 21 at the time. She was still having fun. You had to be taken care of, but it takes a village to raise a child. Hey, look at, well, okay, I almost said look at the woman that you are now, but me knowing the you that you are and not this perfect image that you're trying to portray to people. Because so yeah, now guys, it's a thing because I'm rambling and this is almost an hour. She comes here, my things get lost. I tell my mom, she doesn't care, and I feel like one little thing that I do since, well, the 2017 incident, she could just go to the police and lie. She could even give it up, yeah, for me to be in trouble. That's how pathetic this human being is, okay? So yeah, and then everything that's happening right now is just take me back to I think I was 6, and she was boiling water to like, what you call, to do her fiber and stuff, to boil her hair. I don't know how, but the kettle ended up on my feet, child, and I was burning. She is screaming at me. She's screaming at me. I just got burned. Why the hell are you screaming? You know? And my cousin, fast thinker, takes a bucket, gets water from the tap, dunks me in. Yeah. And I have literally no scar from that incident. So thanks to her. Those little things.